Administrator of the Agriculture or the Extension Program at Tennessee State University. And Dr. Lyles, before we had our second commercial break, we were talking about some of the programs that Tennessee State University has inaugurated and your thrust in terms of trying to take some of your research into the community. Let's talk about some of the grants and some of the other things that are happening in your department over the last 5.5 minutes that we have here.
Okay. We've been quite fortunate, and I think it's due to the fact we have a competent and capable staff. We have secured several dollars in grants over the past year. One, we brought in about $188,000 for a special horticultural program that's ongoing on campus there, because we realize everybody have horticulture needs, if they're, whether they're a homeowner, whether they're low income, or whether they're rich, a special program that we're working on. We brought in a grant to increase minority participation in natural resources and environmental issues. They weren't getting their fair share. So we've been quite fortunate to bring in dollars like that. Most recently, we brought in one where we're hooking up with the Small Business Development Center, another department on Tennessee State University campus, to see what we can do to get entrepreneurial spirits in some of our lower income communities. So we have brought in several dollars that we're real pleased with. A second thing, we've tried to introduce a lot of new events and activities to bring back the spirit of cooperation, the pride in your heritage, and other things. One of the biggest that I think I'm most pleased with is our Hall of Fame inductees. As I traveled across the state with the University of Tennessee and with Tennessee State University, I didn't see many people of color that had been actively involved in agriculture and home economics history in this state. So one of the things that we, with the help of an advisory committee, tried to do was to identify a process where because I knew that there was individuals out there that had been involved in this whole agriculture development process. We're quite fortunate in Tennessee. Tennessee is still a predominantly agricultural state, and we're quite fortunate to that respect because we live in harmony with the environment and other things. And I knew that there were people out there that had been involved in that and had been doing a lot of work down through the years, ever since Tennessee State University had been an institution, and even prior to that. So we began a process to identify these individuals and to have a selection process where we could narrow it down and make it mean something and be a meaningful experience to their families and so forth. As a result of that, we identified 14 individuals we thought that had made a significant contribution through the help of the committee. Of those individuals, only 3 are still with us. Most of them has passed on, but we wanted to bring them together with their families and give them a tribute and establish a place where we could be proud of, where our students on campus could be proud of, and where their families could be extremely proud to recognize the contribution they had made to the development of agriculture in the state of Tennessee. That has now been done. The award ceremony has been held, and the Hall of Fame is officially open and ready for viewing. Coming up in the month of November, we're going to have our 35th Annual Farm Home Ministers Institute, which is an annual event for us. It's been going on for all of these years. And the Institute started because there was a need to bring farmers and homemakers and ministers together for an educational update session. At that time, farmers weren't getting much educational update. Many of our rural ministers weren't getting much educational update, so they needed a mechanism to bring them together and give them a refresher course on certain things that they need to be involved with. Each year we try to pick an appropriate theme and plan our institute around that theme. That mainly consists of educational seminars, breakout sessions based on whatever your interest level might be. We normally bring in a dynamic keynote speaker, and this year it's going to be our own Senator Hopper as our luncheon keynote speaker. And so we just give them the factual, up-to-date information that they need as they progress to plan their program for the upcoming year.
Very good. You know, Dr. Lyles, I think that the information that you've given us in terms of your activities would indicate that the extension program really is reaching out into the community, perhaps more than any other area of the university. Yet very few people seem to recognize the role that the extension program is playing dealing with the agricultural elements within the state of Tennessee. How do you see making people more aware of what you're doing?
Well, I think we need a more aggressive campaign. Many people have referred to the extension program as the best kept secret. About 80% of my faculty they're located off campus, so they're not on campus on a daily basis interacting with other faculty members on campus. In the community where these individuals are located, in the counties and cities where they're located, many of the citizens do know they exist in what they're doing. But in the academic community for the state specialists and myself, where the state office is, many times they don't realize that there's other individuals that's a part of Tennessee State University, located in Memphis, located right here in Davidson County, located in Murfreesboro, that's a direct faculty member of Tennessee State University that they could be extending their outreach program through, as well as other departments. So we're open, we're there for other individuals, we're there for the community, we're in the phone book for them to call us and get involved in programming aspects, any programming aspect that's related to the university.
Dr. Lyles, we certainly appreciate all of the information that you've given us, and we're going to give you an opportunity over the last 45 seconds that we have to perhaps make a final comment, and then we'll call it an end to the show for today.
Well, for anyone watching the show, I want them to know that the extension program is there to meet their needs. We're working in partnership with them. We want them to sit down and identify their needs. We have the resources of the entire university. Tennessee State University is at your disposal in those counties where we're located. Call on the county faculty member, look in the phone book. Here in Davidson County, we have faculty members located here. Call those individuals. They'll be more than happy to work with you and get you involved in the university outreach program.
Very good. And Dr. Lyles, let me thank you for coming by and giving us that excellent information this morning about the Cooperative Extension Program at Tennessee State University. And let me encourage you to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.